Welcome back to Developing for Dollars. We're now inside the Mady Center for the Performing Arts. I'm here now with Bill Lett, the grand architect of this wonderful structure. Bill, why don't you, first of all, tell me a little bit how how this vision or how you conceived the project to start off.
Absolutely. Well, this is such an important spot in the city of Barrie at the 5 Points that really what we tried to do is address this corner by creating a lobby that was grand and had a lot of glass so that it was about being seen and seeing. And that was really a huge opportunity that we had here because what's behind this wall is the theater itself, and that's a space that turns its back to wherever it's sitting. It's a space about intimacy and performance, whereas when you come into the lobby is a space that can engage the public and engage the street. This
particular wall, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but this particular wall, is anything going on, and what exactly is?
This is going to be the donor wall for the theater. You can see it's a very large wall. And so all of the donor recognition is going to be on this tile wall, and this is a continuation. One of the things we've tried to do in this lobby is blur the seams from outside to inside. So this tile is on the outside of the building, and it wraps and it comes in. So at night, the continuation of outside to inside will be harmonious.
Now, Bill, I've noticed that we've got a wonderful window projection here. Was there a reason for it? Like, I mean, we're directly facing the 5 Points, but is there any reason for the large windowscapes that we have here?
Absolutely. It was all about engagement. It was all about seeing and being seen. Coming to the theater is this wonderful performance in itself. And so being seen in the lobby and seeing the public and interacting with the street is so important. And what we wanted to do was really stress that. The other aspect that we did was we skewed the glass wall to reflect what's going on in the 5 Points. So across the road we've got the Flatiron building, and it has a skew. So we've taken that hint from that building and done that with the theater itself.
Because it's not square. We're not dealing with anything square here. So.
No, nothing is square in this room.
Wonderful. So this is the main lobby. So where would the box office be then? We came into the main entrance?
Box office is just in the main entrance vestibule.
I noticed there's an elevator, so there's an upstairs, there's a downstairs.
Absolutely. So we've got all the technical spaces upstairs. We've got the lower lobby downstairs, which is a stunning space.
And that's just down through these stairs.
That's just down through these stairs here.
And so where's the main theater entrance then?
And then the main theater entrance is right here, through this porthole here.
Wonderful. All right, so let's go take a look at the main theater entrance. We'll be right back at Developing for Dollars. All right, we're back, and we're right at the center of the action. Actually, more where the catwalk action. It looks like I'm looking at a bit of a matrix or a spider web. We're actually up on top, right near the roof of the theater, and I'm again talking with Bill. So Bill, explain to me why. First of all, I know there's many things to discuss, but why such an elaborate scheme for the catwalk system?
Absolutely. Well, the reality is this is a studio theater space, so it's a black box theater. It's a square. So unlike a traditional theater, which has a proscenium arch and it has a defined stage and it has defined audience, this theater can be used in many different ways, and so we want to give enough flexibility to the producers of shows and production companies and dance companies and all of the different types of users that will utilize it. Give them as much flexibility as possible so that they can do as much with the space as possible. And one of the critical aspects of that from a production side is making sure that all the lighting locations are adequate and can really give the space the ambiance that it needs. So what we were able to do here was build the building high enough. The reason why the building is so high was so that we could create a roof structure that actually accommodated these catwalks. So you can see this piece right here is actually holding up the roof and holding up the catwalk that we're standing on.
And holding up me, thank God.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, in terms of such an elaborate catwalk, I mean, from an investment, again, from a development standpoint, extra costs, extra things involved in terms of like a theater. I mean, how many theaters are built, but in terms of this adding extra catwalks, would that add a huge amount to the extra cost of this?
The upfront capital costs are minimal to do this if you do it right. And the reality is the operating costs go down substantially because it means a roadshow can come in here and they can set up quickly. They don't have to have ladders, they don't have to have scissor lifts. It probably cuts the setup time in about a quarter of what it would be with a typical facility.
Now looking way down below, I see that we're directly over the center of the stage, but we're also looking at, I guess those are retractable benches. Can you explain the reason why, again, there's probably a cost to that, but
absolutely.
Explain the relationship to that.
So because this space is intended to be flexible, the seating has been designed in such a way. So these are retractable risers. They will have theater seats on them in the next few days, in fact. And what it allows us to do is have an end stage condition, which is the traditional stage condition where the stage is in front of the audience.
Gotcha.
But it also gives us the opportunity to move those risers back, bring the risers from the sides in, and we now have a thrust stage condition. We can push all the risers back on this side, and we've got a center stage condition, or we can put them all away, and we've got a space that could be used for a banquet or an event or a dance or anything like that.
How many square feet of usable theater space do we have? If we were to put the benches back, how many square feet do we have?
There's about 5,000 square feet of space here, so it's a substantial space, especially in the downtown.
Wow, we went from a bank to a theater, and I'm already starting to visualize that the input that we're now going to be getting into the community from whether theater troops come in, they're going to be spending money, they're going to be able to set up quickly because of the design, our design formats, the retractable bench. Now you also mentioned that down below is going to be where the main lobby is. Can you explain a little bit about how that benefits the whole theater concept?
Absolutely. Well, you know, this space is the most important space in the building, the theater itself. So we had to give enough room to this space, and because we're working downtown, we've got a fixed property line at the back, we've got a fixed property line on the front. We gave this space the amount it needed, which cramped the lobby a little bit, but then allowed us to put most of the lobby space downstairs, which is really important to keep this space as the critical space.
All right, so we're now going to take all this information that we discussed with Richard and yourself. We're going to head back to the boardroom. We're going to roll up our sleeves, and we're going to talk about the money. We'll be right back. Developing for dollars.